Haircut looking fresh. You know what time it is. What's up, Nade? How are you? Oh, there it is. It went large again. It's way delayed. Okay. So then if I do this, and then I should be vertical, but I should also be normal on the other channel. So I should be able to do both at the same time. Okay. All right. I think that's that. The tea has steeped. I think we fixed it. I think I just needed to go back up again. So, yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. Downloaded, I gotta pay attention to the vertical and make sure, why? Uh-oh. Okay. Hi, vertical. Sorry. Downloaded the, yeah, I did download, Horse Derby Girls. No, but I downloaded, Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So we've got that coming. Probably gonna start it next Tuesday. But the big thing is I will be out for Thursday stream next week for a minor operation. So, very minor, somewhat routine. Some of you know what it already is. Yeah, it's not a big deal. I'll be all healed up in like 72 hours. So, but yeah, that game is EOE the Simulator. Yeah, Dirks will be offline for temporary maintenance. But I should be back that following Tuesday, and that should really lead us into basically straight Clair Obscure, hopefully through like November, get into the game. Hopefully, I would like to finish it by the Game Awards, but I don't know if that's possible. We'll see. I'd like to get some like long weekend streams in with it. Like a Saturday or Sunday night or something like that. So we'll see. So, but hello YouTube, sorry. I apologize for going live and going off and everything else and trying to figure out OBS tonight. But hello YouTube, welcome in. We're opening up some Magic cards tonight. So I've got some Secret Lairs. So I've got Sonic Secret Lairs here. Let me make sure I'm in the vertical. There's the vertical. So I've got all the Sonic Secret Lairs tonight, all foil edition. I have the charity one, Nuestra Magia. This was for, does it say what it was for? I can't remember, but I think it was like Latino Artists Foundation or something like that. Or Latina. And this is the Extra Life. This is the Extra Life from 2024. I've just never opened it. This is the Pixel Perfect one. So this one has got like Fierce Guardianship and all that in it. So excited to open up that one too. So we're gonna open up those. Okay, it would just be the feminine. Okay, yeah. Whichever you prefer. And then we got a box. We got a box of Edge of Eternities to open. I'm excited to open this set. So I love my sci-fi stuff. Like a lot of you know me from like Destiny and you know, I love Destiny, Star Wars stuff, you know, all that. So it was kind of cool that they did like a space opera. You know, I have it on good authority that it has a Tessie in it, right? So, yep. Nice. If anybody's checking out the vertical YouTube stream, tell me if you can actually see the tell me if you can actually see the Twitch chat on the bottom of that vertical screen, because it shows up as very scrambled on like my computer screen, but I don't know if that's what's happening on mobile. So if you're out there in YouTube world, let me know what the vertical looks like. So because we need another Instaban Planeswalker. Yeah, Worldwake Jace. Hey, Worldwake Jace was unbanned in Modern. Okay. Magic has power crept itself so much, right? It's power crept itself so much that even Jace the Mind Sculptor is bad. Yes, Modern is fucked. You're right. So, but yeah, work's gonna get a little crazy. I have a really hard push again towards the end of this month for another party, but it's what it is. You know, I just gotta get through it. So there's gotta be relief on the other side of all this. That's all I'm saying. There's gotta be a relief on the other side of this. So I can't imagine that this is this is what it's supposed to be. So yeah. I apologize ahead of time if like streams get canceled and stuff like that. I'll try to make up what I can. I'll probably be exhausted, all that good stuff, but you know, it is what it is. So, yeah. When I transition over to opening Magic cards tonight, it's going to be me. I'm going to go to my break screen. And then that's going to be me just like setting up the camera over everything. Cause I actually have to take this camera here, and set it up. I need to figure out how to do like the, virtual camera with like a phone, and set it up so I can have like my phone doing this thing and, you know, the phone over the cards, and I can just have the webcam and I can put that down. So about to get a second one, or rather another second one. So yeah. I don't know, Zola, we'll talk about that. I'm not one to just take things. But yeah, so that's how we'll do this tonight. So you guys will see a lot of these, my beautiful Hans, with probably some. I don't know, they've healed up pretty good from all the cuts and stuff that I had on them. It's a gift. Yeah, big box of cards. Hi. So yeah. No, I probably still would have been like, Zola, what are you doing? So yeah. Excited to jump in. Excited to jump into all this. So it's good. But I do want to finish my tea before I actually send into it. So hope you guys are doing well. Been playing Moonlighter on the Steam Deck. I don't know, it's weird with me with some games, like I'll get lost in this like small loop, in games and won't break out of it. And then like I'll put it down for a while and I'll come back and I'll just like, I don't know if like mentally I just push harder, but like the first dungeon in Moonlighter, I feel like I've been in for like 5-6 hours in the game. And then all of a sudden I just like started blowing through it. Like the dungeon has 4 parts and I've been in part 1 for like hours. And then now I've, in a matter of like a couple nights, I've gotten to the third part of the first dungeon. So okay, I'll do the video, I'll send it and tell you to accept it, right? Oh my gosh, Zola, you're a piece of work, man. You're a piece of work. But yeah, so the game's good. That game's good. I really like Moonlighter. I know Moonlighter 2's out. We've got Silk Song came out. I am way late on that one, so I'm just gonna let that one go by me. I am like barely through like the first. I think I'm kind of through the first level of Hollow Knight, and I've like found my second biome, and kind of working through that one. So I'm a whole entree. Yeah, buddy. So I'm like, you know, I feel like Hollow Knight's gonna be one that like I just chew on for a while. So yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, it's been good. We went swimming at a friend's house for Labor Day weekend, so that was kind of cool. Gina came out to where I'm at, and we played some Magic. So we actually opened up these and did sealed. So that's where you take 6 packs and you build a deck from those 6 packs, which is kind of fun. Because not only do you get to like kind of keep what you open instead of draft, where you pick one and pass the pack and possibly not have something that you like. It was cool for us to just sit down and play the set and kind of learn the set, and yeah, and then we played Jam Some Pauper with some Pauper decks, and then we finished the night with a little commander game, so which was a lot of fun. We've had a couple of really great streams over on Gina's channel the last couple weeks, with our Pathfinder 2E mini campaign that we're doing. So y'all need to come over on Monday nights. We start about 8:45, 9 o'clock. Come and check us out. We're doing Pathfinder, and we're doing 2nd edition, and 2nd edition has been fun to learn. And for me, it's the first time I've actually ventured into being a spellcaster. So I'm kind of learning that side of things, and having a lot of fun with it. So I think the characters have been all the players' characters and everything have been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. So if you guys want to catch that, hop over to Gina's stream. And then if you guys are looking to do some fun challenges, head over to Zola's stream. Zola's doing a bunch of different challenges for subs, and we've been having a lot of fun over at Zola's stream, so go check him out as well. It's been a good time over there. So and oh my goodness, is my bitrate tanking right now? Oh, and it's back. Huh. I don't understand what is going on tonight. I feel like it happened this time last year, didn't it? Didn't my shit go crazy like in the fall last year? I feel like I lost like 3 months of streaming just because like I couldn't figure out why my internet said screw your bit rate. Oh, you're eating another MRE tonight? So you already ate one. What did you eat? And then which one are you eating tonight? The first one was maple sausage or something. I like the maple sausage one. I like that. That one wasn't bad. Have to look at my drawer. It's got to be that barbecue beef one or whatever you had. So kind of cool, interesting story. So the people that developed the last run of MREs, which is Natick Labs, I want to say is who it was. Yeah, beef shredded and barbecue sauce. Yeah. Third one tomorrow. Ooh. So when we were transitioning from the ones from the early 2000s and we were transitioning to the ones that we had in like what I would call the 10s, and kind of bled into the 2020s and everything. I was actually a part of the study group for those. My sergeant major of my battalion, when I was a young PFC in an engineer company, the sergeant major of that battalion actually worked, because she was a reservist like we were. She worked at Natick Labs that was developing the new MREs. So they were trying out all the new MREs with us. And so we would literally go and we wouldn't like open the bag. They would have what the MRE was going to serve, but they would like put it on like trays, and they made sure that like everything was like segmented so that like no flavors mixed or anything. And they basically said like, hey, you know, please eat one at a time and then like fill out this survey. So I want to say that I was a part of like making cool things like maple sausage and maple sausage MRE and some of those other ones. So I can't remember if maple sausage was in the new run or if that was in the early 2000s run. But yeah. So that's my little MRE Dirk's MRE lore. So I've probably got a bunch of them out in the garage, if I remember right. At some point, I think I ended up with a bunch from the unit. But yeah. Yep. It's been good. I'm hoping YouTube is solid. I really am. I'm hoping it's doing a good job. It is a little weird to have like 3 screens, like all on the same screen, vertical OBS for Twitch, and then the actual YouTube live stream. So this is a little jarring for me, from being a Twitch guy for so long. You know, this is my second ever YouTube live stream. So again, welcome those of you that are on YouTube. If you'd like to subscribe, by all means. Baldur's Gate 3 playthroughs have been going live. I've got Indiana Jones playthroughs coming up. I've got those will go live. And then I've got the Plague Tale series going live. I've got other, if you're here just because you searched Magic the Gathering pack opening, you can go back into my video history, into the Magic the Gathering playlist, and I think you'll see me open Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and I think there's some Secret Lair ones in there too. I can't remember what Secret Lairs. Oh, the Assassin's Creed ones, I think. So So yeah, for those of you on YouTube, if you're watching, the main party is over on Twitch. If you would like to come over and join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Dirkzilla, same thing. So, Assassino. What? What? What, Zola? So. That's how they say assassin. All right. Tea is finished. Do have something there to wet my whistle if I need it. Not how it's spelled. Ah, okay. Gotcha. So, we're gonna go oldest to newest on the secret layers tonight. So, but so y'all give me just like 30 seconds to change the camera, and I will be right back. I'm gonna probably keep the mic open so you can hear me struggle. So, oh, music probably cut out, but it'll come back. Get this arm here. Tighten it down to the desk. All right. Take the phone attachment from our jank hotel streams that we did. That was fun. When we did I used the same arm that I used for Magic. I used it for the jank hotel streams. So that was fun. I literally pointed a phone at a Steam Deck to keep streaming while I was on the road. All right. Here's this. And then actually what I'm going to do too is I'm going to take this, put this down. I don't know how bad it's going to be. See how bad it's going to be. Hollow Knight. I'll be counting cards. All right, let's go back to full cam. Okay. All right, there we go. Which that's pretty good. The light's not too bad of a glare. Okay. All right, cool. Here's my Blood Crypts playmat. Yeah. Here she is. All right, so we've got Secret Layers. We've got Pixel Perfect Extra Life. And then we've got the Nuestra Magia. And then we've got the 3 Sonic Secret Layers, which this has a very valuable card that everybody's chasing after, which is the Chaos Emeralds, which is a Lotus Petal reprint. So I have to believe. Use aluminum foil for your playmat so we can't see the cards and have to believe what you're telling us, right? So yeah, so there's like a super rare chase card in here. I don't know about these two, but more than likely these are all command towers. But let's hope. We've got 3 chances tonight. I believe it's 3 chances to open a Chaos Emerald, or it may only be in the friends and foes. I can't remember. So, I'm not the expert. I got a busy life and I can't remember everything about Magic. I just enjoy it. So let's start oldest to newest, and we're gonna open up the Pixel Perfect Extra Life. This has got some cool cards in it. It's all like 8-bit. Kind of platforming art with Philithip. Thank you for being part of Secret Layer. Put that over there. Here's the cards. These things used to come in a lot of different cardboard, so happy to see Wizards start to cut down on the packaging. So, but yeah, so it's a cool set. Zola's gonna lurk. I know you got to go live here soon, man. I went live late, so yeah. So we got Mana Geyser, Lightning Bolt. Boom! There is Fierce Guardianship, Delayed Blast, Fireball, and Solve the Equation. Oh, pretty good. This is actually going to be like one of the first secret layers I've opened in a while that aren't damaged. Oops. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's that Fierce Guardianship. So I'm going to put these in some perfect fit sleeves. Yes, Guardianship. Oh, you know what hopefully the music's at a good level for you all. So yeah, Fierce Guardianship. Mana Geyser. So the reason why I bought this one, I usually buy the charity ones. Free counter spells. Eek. The reason why I bought this one is because it had so many playable cards. On top of being for charity. So, which they're usually pretty good about putting staples that everybody plays in these alternate arts. How is this DMCA free? This is crazy. Mana Geyser. Looks good. But yeah, so I bought these because they're playable cards. So I'm actually going to use these in decks. So that's kind of my big thing with these. Is there's secret layers that I buy to collect. I open them and I collect them. Like Transformers was one of those. And then there's others like these ones that I buy and that I use. I like to put them in my decks. So yeah. Beautiful though, aren't they? Oh gosh, that light is brutal. Let me see here. Is that better? But yeah, those are pretty nice looking. Yeah. So yeah, that was the 2024 Extra Life. So we'll see what they have for the 2025 Extra Life. All right. Next one. So this also had a bunch. Muchas gracias. And see, you can see how they've developed, how they started to change their packaging ways. Now they're using, for secret layers, they're starting to use these paper packs, which is great. I'm just wondering how soon this is going to happen for the main sets. I think what's their names? Flesh and Blood's already doing it. So. Oh my God, there's a lot of cards in this. I do not remember this having so many cards. So this is Tireless Provisioner, La Abuela, Siempre Generosa. Let me see if I can move this. No, I don't think that was okay. Let me see if I can move this. That better? I feel like that's better. All right. So we've got Tireless Provisioner. You gonna focus camera? Ooh, camera's changing white balance. That's weird. Why is the camera not focusing? Come on, camera, focus. Wow. This thing does not want to focus tonight. Please do not auto white balance. That'd be great. Here we go. That's better. Okay. Let's go with that. Tireless Provisioner. Got Sylvan Library. I'm terrible at Spanish, so I'm not going to even like try. Ancient Green Warden. Oh my gosh. It's been so long since I bought this. I was trying to remember what's in here. Ooh, Expressive Iteration. Nice. Actually, I might even see like how much the expressive iterations are on the secondary market for Is It Prowess in Modern. Xenagos, God of Revels. These are all cards that I've wanted too. Lightning Greaves. Oh my gosh, look at that Lightning Greaves. I do not own a lot of copies of Lightning Greaves, so this is kind of cool. Soul Ring. Yeah, baby. And we got Food Token. Is it double-sided? No. Okay, so we got a Food Token. That's cool. And a Treasure Token. And Tybalt's Trickery. Okay, I don't own a single Tybalt's Trickery. Like it. Cool. Foiling's not too bad. It's a little dull, in my opinion. I think the foiling's a little dull, but The chaos counter. You know what I like about Tybalt's Trickery, unless I'm reading this wrong? So you counter target spell for 2, right? And it's not even 2 red. It's 1 and a red. And it's a target spell. That's any spell. Choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. So basically roll a 6-sided die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for that. Its controller mills that many cards, then exiles cards from the top of the library until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell. So in Commander, it would literally just be like pretty much top card, right? I mean, is it just basically Chaos Warp? Is it just Chaos Warp? A little bit better? Food tokens, it's cool. I love how they got the little like soft drink right there. It looks like a churro. That's cool. This is a cool looking soul ring too. When we see them reunite, it's time for celebration. It's permanents only. Okay. Okay. Yeah. But all these cards will end up finding homes in my commander decks for sure. Like, what's cool is La Madre Tierra. I mean, that could go. She knows all because she is all. I love that. Like that can go in my all girls deck. Halan and Elena partners commander deck. At the beginning of combat on your turn, on their target creature you control gains haste and gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is that creature's power. Yeah. I think that'd be pretty good. That or Rada. I'm kind of curious what expressive iteration is from this, what it is on the secondary market. Like if it's reasonable, if it's like $1 or $2, I feel like that's not a bad, not a bad buy. And then Ancient Greed Warden here. You may play lands from your graveyard. If a land entering causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So like I could put this in either Rada, who's a lands-based commander, or I could put it in my Yarick deck, which has a lot of landfall creatures. And it would be just another thing that triggers in that deck. I love my Yarick deck. A lot of these might end up in my Yarick deck. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of these might end up in either or. Sylvan Library. Yeah, all playable cards. All playable. Love it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Which one would you all like me to start with? Anybody in chat? We can pick Chasing Adventure, Friends and Foes, or Turbo Gear, because I don't remember which one's which. Friends and Foes. Okay, here we go. Friends and Foes is first. Friends and Foes is first. Oh, the paper was like super thin. Yeah, this is almost, these are thinner than those other two. So. There we go. Thank you for being a part of Secret Lair. Look at all the Sonic rings. Isn't that crazy? That over there so it's not getting into magic stuff. Here we go. Friends and Foes. Here we go. Super State. That's pretty cool, huh? So should I just put this automatically into Sithis? Knuckles, my favorite. Knuckles the Echidna. Double Strike, Trample, Haste. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 30 or more artifacts, you win the game. So I was thinking about putting Knuckles into Magda, or switching out Magda for Knuckles, and this being my mono red commander. I don't know. Amy Rose. Whenever Amy Rose attacks, attach up to one target equipment to her. Then up to one other target attacking creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is Amy Rose's power. I don't have a lot of equipment in my Ishin deck, so I don't know. I might even like think about making a commander deck for my daughters, and maybe Amy Rose will be one. Dr. Eggman. Flying at the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Then each opponent faces a villainous choice. That player discards a card, or you may put a construct, robot, or vehicle card from your hand onto the battlefield. Nice. Miles Tails Prower. Flash flying. Whenever a vehicle you control enters, draw a card if it has flying. Otherwise, put a flying counter on it. Shadow. Look at this. Isn't this cool? Let's see if I can get that thing to... Where's that light reflection? There it is. Ooh, beautiful. Haste, whenever Shadow the Hedgehog or another creature you control with flash or haste dies, draw a card. Each spell you cast has split second if mana from an artifact was spent to cast it. Interesting deck building. Sonic the Hedgehog. Haste. Gotta go fast. Whenever Sonic the Hedgehog attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with flash or haste. Oh, that's kind of cool. You could almost go like Shadow versus Sonic, and they would have some synergy. Whenever a creature you control with flash or haste is dealt damage, create a trapped treasure token. All right, so I think this is the one that might have a Chaos Emerald. So, drum roll. Boom. Here we go. Command tower. Still cool. Still cool to get command towers. Womp womp. All right. And so all of these, or a bunch of these, are going to find homes for sure. Who knows? Maybe I just like break down a bunch of commander decks and build some Sonic decks. And just go all in on Universes Beyond. Miles Tales Prowers. Dr. Eggman. I've always so I have a Grixis Tri-land, right? And so I was like, oh man, like Grixis are colors that I like. I like Dimir. I also like red. I'm like, I should build Grixis someday. And I got a Tri-land one time in a new Capenna pack, a Grixis Tri-land, and I never like got around to finding. I wanted to build like Grixis Wizards. I can't remember what the commander's name is. That's Wizards based. The Super State card though. Was Super State the one that Teddy Scout was asking us about, Gina, at Magic Night? Was he asking me about Super State, if I wanted to trade Super State? All right, Gina, since you're the one that's participating in chat, what's next? Chasing Adventure or Turbo Gear? Don't remember that. Chasing Adventure or Turbo Gear? Turbo Gear. Turbo Gear. Turbo Gear. Boom. Don't get on my magic cartons, please. Oh, ooh, interesting. Perforation right there. I haven't seen those on the other packs. Is that where I'm supposed to like rip it? Because they're pretty easy to open by themselves. Not quite sure why they needed to run that down the card. Nope. Okay, there's no No damage down the back of the card, so that must be how the paper is made. The Reaver Cleaver. That'll go in Magda, possibly. Knuckles gloves. Air shoes. Swiftfoot boots. Mirror Battlesphere. Egg Hammer. Hammer of Nazan. Whenever Pico Pico Hammer or another equipment you control enters, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. Good creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible. I don't have a lot of good equipment, so this is kind of cool. Power Sneakers. Equipped creature has haste and shroud. Equip is for 0, but yet lightning greaves. Woo! 2 lightning greaves in one night. I'll take it. Weatherlight. I have this card. Tornado. Sonic's biplane. Hey, it's a mirror. That's cool. Egg pawn. Ah, command tower. Again. Womp womp. Womp womp. All my decks will have the Reevy Cleavy. So all my decks will have command towers, I think, at this point now. I mean, right? Minus not having the land types, is command tower like one of the best dual lands in Commander? It's not even a dual land. It can be a tri-land. It can be a quad land. I do agree with like Professor and some of those folks that are like, they don't like Soul Ring and Command Tower because it's like an auto include, an Arcane Signet, because it's like everybody builds 97 card decks. I mean, I agree with them on that, but I'll tell you what, like the more and more I build these commander decks, and I have too many, you know, the more I build them and everything, the more I realize, like, if you're gonna build them, I mean, build them to where you can play stuff every turn, you know, build them where you're not struggling, because that's been my experience with Commander. Is I've built some bad decks and I've really struggled. I love it. Used to love it. If it were like 60 cards, I'd be annoyed. Yeah, it is still like a casual format, you know. Look at all those. Look at all these sweet new cards. Here we go. The last Sonic Secret Lair. Chasing Adventure. 97 is so many. Right? And here's what I do love. Here's what I do love is I feel like Wizards hasn't been ashamed of printing cards that reward you for playing basics and actually penalize people for playing non-basics. I feel like they've leaned into that, and that's been pretty awesome. What was this? Curious what? Or sorry, Chasing Adventure. Chasing Adventure. Generous gift. I like how this is not foil. That's cool. I like that. That is really, really cool. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Open the armory. I have these cards. Fabricate. Search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Deadly Dispute. Man, too bad that it's not legal in Pauper. That'd be a cool, like a cool play set to have. Not really playable in any other like 60 card formats, and I mean, I don't know, probably still decent for Commander. I just haven't put them in a lot of decks. Unexpected Windfall. Draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. Nice. And Soul Ring. Another Soul Ring tonight. Sonic. That is a sick looking Soul Ring. I love it. A treasure. Here we go. Oh, another command tower. No Chaos Emeralds tonight. Dang, that's okay. That is a-okay. Unlucky. Almost like my dice rolls. But I do like putting my like foils that I really want to keep nicely in a perfect fit sleeve. I do feel like it keeps them flat, especially like when they're in another sleeve and in a binder. So this will probably cause me to go through my commander decks and swap out cards for cool arts to bling them out a little bit. It'll also force me, I got some good staples in here that I don't own. Like I don't think I have a generous gift in all of my white, all my white commander decks. So if I'm low on good clean removal, I'll probably end up putting this in a deck. That's the best thing is these are a lot of these. I mean, a good chunk of these are all playable, are all staples. So these will all get used in decks, which is the nice thing. These will all get used in decks. Oh no! Don't do it. Cool. All right. Those right there. Next we have the Edge of Eternities box. I gotta get the plastic off. If I can get a hole started. Go. Should have grabbed like a grocery bag. Edge of Eternities. Sorry, vertical. Box, 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 box. Oh, this is cool. I never really realized this one at our Magic night that they actually have like factions. The Sunstar, the Ilvoy, the Monoists, the Kav. Oh, this because these are like the Kavus, Umidians. Cool. All right. Put that over there. Here we go. Someone didn't read the lore. No, I didn't. I have not sat down and read a lot of things. I may have to use the box to actually store cards after I open them tonight, at least just on my desk, so I don't have loose cards. Shabam. So, yeah, I'm excited to open these. And I'm looking forward to, this one actually feels a little thicker. Looking forward to like Cryogen Relic in here. Although there might be an audio version. Ooh, I should like look into that. Look into an audio version. But yeah, open thick one. It's this one, man. I'm telling you, this one's thick. This one's a thick boy compared. Well, yeah, like Cryogen Relic is in here. The Tezzeret, obviously. Thought the planets were cool. So yeah. We're gonna open these up tonight. We're gonna open a box. Add to the bulk. All right, gonna start with the thick one. Here we go. Here's the thick one. Melded Moxite. Comet Crawler. Auxiliary Boosters. Arsenic Burst. Plasma Bolt. Pinnacle Kill Ship. Lost in Space. Codecracker Hound. Edge Rover. Full Bore. Target creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. If that creature was cast for its warp cost, it also gains trample and haste until end of turn. Ooh. Okay, we got a special art already. Secluded Starforge. Okay. Secluded Starforge. Tap X untapped artifacts you control. Target creature gains +X/+0 until end of turn. Pay 5, create a robot artifact creature token. Nice. Kavu Soldier. An island. Inlander token. Womp womp. Womp 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 womp. It felt thicker. I thought that was gonna have like some cool stuff in it. May have just had more air in it. Rig of War, Virus Beetle, Mechan Shieldmate, Flight Deck Coordinator, Intrepid Tenderfoot, Drill Too Deep, Command Bridge, Edge Rover, Full Bore again, Bygone Colossus. Hey, that's a breeding pool. I will take that. Sweet. Diadrene synthesis amalgam enters with the number of +1/+1 counters. Got it. Okay, whenever you attack, you remove a +1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Ooh, okay. Might be a good one for Hamza. Weft Blade Enhancer, a mountain, and a lander token. Okay. 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 I like that card. First shock land of the night. I'll take that. I'll take that. I will take that. Germinating Worm. Heavy Landseeker. Brace Oblivion. Council Technician. Bright Spear Zealot. Depressurize. Drill Too Deep. Tragic Trajectory. Top card. Breeding Pool, $10. Ooh, okay, here we go. Weftstalker Ardent. That's a card that I was looking to play. Whenever another creature or artifact creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent and warps in for 1. That's a good one. I like that one. So I heard that this was the one that you wanted for limited. This one, the Glacier Godmaw, just crushes. Biomechan Engineer. Loading Zone. I think this is the other one I got, right? Yeah, I think I already got this one. Loading Zone. If one or more counters will be put on a creature, spacecraft, or planet you control, twice that many of those counters are put on it instead. Warp for 1. Which might be good in Kylar. Like warp it in, multi-spell like humans, blows up Kylar really big, you know, and then it comes in later. Atomic Microsizer. Oh, baby. A full art island and a lander token. I do like my full arts. I do like them. It'll be the second full art island I got. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all the trash. It's gonna get piled up over here, and I'm gonna hate seeing it. Sky Stinger. I'm a Turbo Drone. Repack Monoist. Cryo Shatter. Weft Blade Enhancer. Shattered Wings. Dockwalker Drone. Larval Scoutlander. Emergency Eject. Destroy target non-land permanent. For 3. A Sentry. Volkguard Trooper. Big Baloth. Can't be countered. It's got Trample. It's got Haste. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Combat damage can't be prevented. Oh, baby. That's a good one. Actually, I'm going to do this. Ones that I feel like I'm going to play, I'm going to put in there. This is like other rares. Oh, man. Thoughtseize. Space-themed Thoughtseize. Forest and a lander token. I keep reaching to my right. Beep, beep. Keep reaching to my right like the packs are on my right because that's where they were living beforehand. They are not. They are right here. Yeah, this doesn't have pull tabs. Or tearaways. I don't know what you want to call them. Robot. Star Breach Whale. Starport Security. Germany Worm. Hey, Euro Social Engineering. Played that a bunch the other night. When this spacecraft enters, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Instant. This invasive maneuvers deals 3 damage to target creature. It deals 5 damage instead if you control a spacecraft. Ooh. Trail of the Void. I think that's how that's... Or is that Corral? Or Corral? Enchant creature you control. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks, put target creature card from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. Beginning of your end step, sacrifice this aura unless a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn. Or a spell was warped this turn. I'm gonna watch that one. Because that almost feels like it would be good in Ishin. Would it not? Get 2 creatures. Because it triggers twice. Get 2 creatures out of defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield. Under your control, tapped and attacking. I don't know. And then like a lot of those like tokens and stuff that gets generated, you sacrifice them. But it's usually sacrificed at the end of your turn, I think. Which the void would trigger before that. I don't know. I'd have to look at that. But I feel like that void ability would be triggered easily. Honor Knight Captain Plains and a lander token. I will get a little faster as the night goes on. Star Breach, Starport, Germinating Worm, Orbital Plunge, Embrace Oblivion, Evoli Galeblade. I feel like this one's getting played in, starting to get played in Pauper. Dockworker Drone, Lands Matter Beast, Ward 2. Interesting. Okay. A Umbral Color Zealot. We like that card. Another Honored Knight Captain, Unravel. Counter target spell if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell was less than... Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's that one. All right. Memorial Vault. Sacrifice another artifact. Exile the top X cards in your library where X is 1 plus the mana value of the sacrificed artifact. You may play those cards this turn. Interesting. Auxiliary boosters. Ooh, in a foily forest. I'll put that with the specials. In a foily forest. Oops. No, don't put those with that. Put those with that. Did I just like totally leave these here? I totally left those there. Nice. Look at that. 2 Star Breach rails starting off. Packs right there. But all right. Bright Spear Zealot. Sky Stinger, Nebula Dragon. Grave Peck, Monoist. Shatter. Chrome Companion. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, you gain 1 life. I almost wonder if this will start getting played with Springleaf Drone. Rayblade Trooper. Whenever a non-token creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, create a 1/1. I don't know if it's good enough to go on my +1/+1 counter. Oh, I got an upside down card. Too bad it's a whatchamacallit. Too bad it's an uncommon. Kavarian Harrier. Whenever this creature attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 2/2. Stop an attacking, sacrifice that token at the end of combat. Oh, not good enough for that. Woo! Hissing Quagmire. Mouth of the Storm. Hissing Quagmire. This land enters tapped. So I've always wondered if these elemental lands would be good in Yarick for triggering some of the elemental tribal synergies that it has with like Risen Reef and stuff. But alas, I think that's reaching too much. Hard Light Containment. Enchant artifact you control. When this aura enters, exile target creature an opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted permanent has ward 1. I kind of like this card. I don't like it. Ooh, and an Elegy Acolyte. Lifelink. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Void at the beginning of your end step. If a non-land permanent left this turn or is warped, create a robot token. Okay. Noise. Oh my goodness. And a foil planes. Take that. Bam. Nebula Dragon. Grav Kill. Focus Fire. Drix Fate Maker. That was a fun card in sealed. Galactic Wayfarer. Steel Swarm. Operator. Tanuk. Now there is a good Tanuk card in this set that I've been hearing a lot about. Whenever a land you control enters, Tanuk deals 1 damage to each opponent. If this is the second time this resolve this turn, draw a card. I don't know. Wondering if that's a good Rada card. I don't know. I seem to have a lot of legendaries in Rada, and I almost wonder if that's a deck that should become like Legendary Matters, or if I just make Halana and Elena my only Gruul deck and just make it like Legends and Lands Matter. Caesarian Dirgecraft. When it enters, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. I kind of want to do like a black artifact deck, Artifacts Matters decks. There's some really cool cards out there. Tormod. There's another one. Not Tormod. Is it Filgrix or something like that? Or Filigrix, something like that. There's some good black cards. Disciple of the Vault. Yep, that one too. Hemosymbic Might. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +1 until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. Now, if I remember right, there is a like broken combo with this too. Hey, it's Diadrine again. Okay. All right. Insatiable Skittermaw. Ancient Tomb? No. Ooh, but a full foil swamp. Very nice. Very nice. I will take that. I will take that. Weftblade, Shattered Wings, Nebula Dragon, Grav Kill, Cellcraft Mechan, Temporal Intervention, Stormwall Sweeper, Enters and Surveils, yep, Void Forged Titan. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or spell is warped from it, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Give your up step. Yes. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. If that creature has flying, it deals twice that much damage to itself instead. 3 mana instant removal outside of indestructible. I like Cut Propulsion. That's not bad. Cerebral Download. Surveil X, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Then draw 3 cards. Damn. Okay. Starfield Vocalist. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers additional time. Another Yard card. Starting to get too many of those now. Where that's all my deck will be. Whenever an artifact you control enters, you may pay 1. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Cool. Night Luminary. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Which is cool for like Kylar. Cryogen Relic count 0. Because like what was it? There was only 2 in the box that we opened, Gina, right? I think there was 2 in the box that we opened, and then Rosie said that there was only 1 in the box that he opened before us. So, but this would be interesting. Yeah, 3 maybe. This would be interesting because for 2 it would enter and trigger Kylar twice for 2. And then you could play it later, which is nice. I don't know. Some of these I'm like really thinking about. Here come the yawns. When this creature dies, create a lander token. Cool. As long as you control an artifact, this creature gets +1/+0. Zealous Display. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's not your turn, untap those creatures. Okay. Wayfarer. Remnant Elemental. Dubious Delicacy. As it enters, up to 1 target creature gets -3/-3. 2 sacrifice. 2 tap, sack. You gain 3 life. 2 tap, sack. Target opponent loses 3 life. Okay. Interesting. Hey, Sir Von Dom the Lucent. Death Touch, Lifelink. When it enters or attacks other creatures you control, get +1 and gain Death Touch until end of turn. Maybe Ishin. Maybe they'll go to my Ishin deck. This creature enters, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Cool. Thrumming Hive Pool. I will be selling that one. Memorial Team Leader. Swamp. Is Thrumming Hive Pool even like more than $10? Are Sliver people going crazy for it? I feel like that's one that's like a card that will probably sit at like $10, go down to $5, and then everybody will forget about it. And it'll slowly creep up to, what's up, Nade? I feel like that's a card that'll slowly creep up to like $20 or something. So I didn't even try to do this, but like my vertical stream is like perfectly just my rares. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sorry, I know it's a little, I know the glare's there, but I don't really know how to get rid of that. Because like I've pointed the lights the other direction and I don't have the recessed cans on, so not really sure. But all right. Bright Spirit Zealot, Sky Stinger, Carbon Turbo Drone. Monois, Cryo Shatter, Zealous Display, Sweeper, Dual Sun Technique. Target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn if it has a +1 can draw a card. Not bad. My favorite. I love active treason cards. If it's a spacecraft, put 10 charge counters on it. If you do, remove 10 charge counters from at the beginning of your next end step. Oh my gosh, did I have this card in our sealed and not use it? Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Plant Beast. This spell costs 2 less if your opponents control 3 or more creatures. It's not bad. Stomping Ground. Oh, the hive pool is $2 on Card Kingdom. Yeah. See, that sucks. Full art. Stomping Ground, baby. I'll take that. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. When this enchantment enters, bioengineered future. When this enchantment enters, create a lander token. Each creature you control with a +1 each creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each land that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Interesting. I wonder where that's getting played. Circean Dirgecraft. Okay, I was trying to figure out how to put it in vertical mode. Vertical mode is for if you come across the stream while swiping through shorts. Yeah, good. Okay. I mean, that's really what that's for, right? I mean, this would do well on TikTok too. Yeah. What's interesting about TikTok is you have to have 1,000 followers to go live, I believe. Which I don't have. I think it's 1,000 or something like that. It's hard to go live on it for some reason. They may have done away with that, but you know what's crazy is like there's so many foils that I have of like non-playable cards that I just think are beautiful. Like in person, this is a good looking foil. Oh, did I just totally leave these all here? Oh, I did. Good job. That's an interesting card, though. I don't know how often that would trigger, you know? So. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how my internet would do trying to stream to 3 sites. I feel like it struggles right now with Twitch and YouTube. I don't know how it would do. Hopefully we'll get fiber soon. Oh, excuse me. Man, we're not even halfway through. It's okay. Dark Endurance. Some restreamer thing could probably solve that since so many people do it. Yeah, I think there are some, but I want to say you have to pay for those, I think. I'll have to look into it. This spell costs 1 less to cast if it targets a blocking creature. Lofi Light Jammer. I do like the fact that Wizards has started to make equipment enter and attach immediately. I've kind of liked that, and then you've got a later equip cost, because it was kind of weird to have so many equipments unusable, because you would basically, the total casting costs of the card outside of like equipment decks that let you equip for free would be, this would be a 5 mana card, because you would want to add the 2, or you have the 2 to cast it, and then you'd have the 3 to equip. So you'd almost consider this a 5 mana card, you know. Surveil 1. Trample, landfall. When a land enters, this creature gets +1/+1. Or so +1/+0 until end of turn. It's a robot cat. Nice. Imagine playing an equipment deck, right, Gina? Oh my gosh. Radiant Strike. Scout for Survivors. Return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, +1/+1 counter on each of them. Okay. I initially read that and I'm like, that's broken. But then I realized total mana value between the 3 being 3 or less. So 3 1 mana, 1 3 mana. Cool. I mean, it's still pretty cool card. I like that. Specimen Freighter. Space artifact spacecraft. When it enters, return up to 2 target non-spacecraft creatures to their owner's hands. So for 6. Whenever it attacks, defending player mills 4 cards. Meh. Okay. When this creature enters, target opponent may have you create 2 linear tokens. If they don't, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Ooh. I like cards like this. Hey, it's a Godless Shrine. Too bad I already have a playset of these, but I'll put it in Commander. Quantum Riddler. Yeah. Okay. Nice. This is one of the cards I was looking for. So it's a Sphinx, flying. When this creature enters, draw a card. As long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, if you would draw 1 or more cards, you draw that many cards +1 instead. That mill guy did a great video on this card and just like how awesome it is. And it's being played in Modern and stuff like that. I think it would be a pretty good card to put in Yark. So I'm gonna put that here. Germinating Worm, foil, and a lander token and a basic forest. I'll take a Quantum Riddler. I'm sorry if this has already been addressed. I was on the phone with my mom. Are you able to focus the camera on that specific height? Are you able to focus the camera at that specific height of the cards in your hand? So I was. Is it still unclear? Let's do the next pack. So I have it really high up to see like the whole thing, but I can push it down. Same price as Tezzy on CK, $38. Oh. Maybe it's not going in Yarrick. Maybe that'll be a Cavern of Souls or 2 fetch lands. Okay. You stay right there. You stay right there, sir. Senor Sphinx, you stay right there. Boom. Starfighter Pilot. It paid for itself. So what are we up to? We're up to probably, I would say we're up to $48 of 118. So Starfighter Pilot. Sammy's Curiosity. 1 for 2 life, create a lander token like that. Slag Drill Scrapper. Oh, you can read them. Yeah, I guess I got lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was just kind of like resting my arms down and just doing this, you know? So, but yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. Plus, it's better content. I just got to remember like where my mic is the vertical. I got to keep them directly in front of the mic because that's the vertical stream. Slag Drill Scrapper. Decode Transmissions. Probably a legit concern for doing this for hours, right? Yeah. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. If a non-land permanent entered the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, which warped is a mechanic of this set, Nade. So it's specific to this. You draw 2 cards and each opponent loses 2 life. This is interesting for like mono black decks in Commander, for sure. Lobby Operative. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put +1/+1 counter on this creature. I do like the second spell mechanics that they're doing in each set now. And rewarding people for drawing multiple cards, playing multiple spells, all that stuff. All right. Flying. Yeah, Edge of Eternities does look pretty awesome. I will... Are all these new? Yeah, this is the newest set. This is Edge of Eternities. So this is the set that just came out like what? A month ago? 3 weeks ago? Somewhere in there? Flying. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, you may sacrifice another creature artifact. If you do... Oh, it's a May ability. If you do, draw a card. Nice. Maelstrider's Gear. I played 2 of these in my sideboard in our sealed event because it gives a creature reach, which reach helps block flying. So I was playing this to combat any flying creatures that I was going to run into in the sealed event. Sunstar Expansionist. I feel like this is one that I was looking at. So it's a human knight, which I like for my Kylar human commander. When this creature enters, if an opponent controls more lands than you, create a lander token. So it helps you catch up on lands. And whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. This was one that I was looking at for Kylar too. Lightless Evangel. Whenever you sacrifice another creature artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Atmosphere Greenhouse. I've got a bunch of these now. Edging of Eternities. I'll see myself out. When this spacecraft enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Atomic Microsizer. When a crypt creature attacks, choose up to one target creature. That creature can't be blocked this turn and has base power, toughness, 1/1 until end of turn. Hey, Sunset Saboteur. Nice. Oh, so I played with this card in Sealed. That's why I just breezed by it. So 2 mana for a 4/1. So it's got a weak defense, but a strong attack. Menace means 2 creatures have to block it. If 1 creature tries to block it, they can't. Ward, discard a card. So if somebody tries to target this with ability, they have to discard a card from their hand. Whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature an opponent controls. Now this reminds me of like old school Magic back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, where your card was good, but it also had a drawback to it. So I love the fact that they're starting to get back into drawbacks again. Hey, a foil rare. Terminal Velocity. You may put an artifact or creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That permanent gains haste. When this permanent leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its mana value to each creature. Damn. And at the beginning of your unstep, sacrifice this permanent. Okay, that is an interesting card. And a foil swamp. Cool. You know, foil swamp. I'll take it. Here you go, Nate. You want to see the full art lands? Full art lands are beautiful too. So these are the full art basic lands. That's an island and a swamp. And these, I think I got a foil of the island. Looks beautiful. Sunset Saboteur looking like a blitzball player. I don't have many MTG cards, but I have my full art land swap on display. Yeah. Those are, I love them. I love them. Night Luminary. Blooming Stinger. Frontline War Rager. Are full art character cards super duper rare like in Pokemon? Like, I mean, yes and no. Cause like, here's a full art. So I guess, yeah, I guess you could say that they're super duper rare. I mean, we've gotten 2 full art. I would say they're medium. I wouldn't say they're super duper rare. I would just say that they're a little bit more rare than a rare or a mythic. But like, we've got 2 full arts. We've got a full art land, rare land. Is it because the utility trumps the art? A lot of times it is. A lot of times it is. I would say there's very few times where I would say that a lot of times the ability of the card is what really drives its price. Now Final Fantasy has changed that a little bit because a lot of people are digging it. Over here playing with what looks cool. That's what Magic's about, man. Play with what you like. I mean, the rarest cards, I mean, technically is the One Ring. The one of one ring. So like in Lord of the Rings, they did a 1 of 1 ring, which Post Malone owns. Bought it for like millions of dollars or something like that. Or like, I think he paid 1 million for it. And then in Lord of the Rings, there was a very limited run of the One Ring, but it was in like the different languages. So like one was like the Elven Ring, one was the Dwarven Ring. Like it had all the different like languages printed on it and everything. So that was some of the rarest stuff. Trying to think of some other like super rare ones. They do these ones once in a while where they'll print the border in like a special neon color. What type of card is the rarest? Oh, yeah, then there's Golden Chocobo. Yep. The Golden Chocobo is the big one right now. So you got Mythic is the rarest. So you got Mythic, then you have Rare. So this is a Mythic because it's the orange. And then the gold is rare. Silver is uncommon. And then black or white is common. And believe it or not, at one time there was nothing that told you whether it was a rare or not. All the set symbols were the same color. And then Mythics came into play in like 2009 or 10, I think. If I remember correctly. Somewhere in there. I think it was the first Lorwyn block. So Mythics haven't even been around the whole of Magic's history. Insatiable Skittermaw, Star Breach Whale, Starport Security, Maelstrider's Gear. Oh, I was totally out of the camera. Sorry about that. Desculpting Blast. Return target not only permanent to its owner's hand. If it was attacking, create a 1/1 colorless drone artifact creature token with flying, and this token can block only creatures with flying. Interesting. Too high. Ooh. Brilliant Silencer. Siege Ship Impact. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. If it was mana value 2 or less, create a land token. I constantly try to create a lander token no matter what. Yep, that was happening the other night. Gina had to correct me multiple times. When this spacecraft enters, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. The Sariema. When it enters, search your library for a legendary artifact or legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Flying. Other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. I think this one's getting played as a one of in Greasefang, I think. Oh god, look at that. Look at this. I love, like, this is a good looking art. This is a good looking foil too. It looks better in person. Atmospheric Greenhouse. Land and lander token. Should be getting about halfway. This might go to midnight tonight. It's all right. I probably wouldn't have slept anyways. Beam Saw. Prospector. Elovi Gale Blade. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Death Touch. When this creature enters, another target creature you control gains Death Touch until end of turn. Beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Insatiable Skittermaw again. Pinnacle Killship. Nanoform Sentinel. When this creature becomes tapped, untap another target permanent. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, interesting. Litho Breaking. Create a lander token, then you may sacrifice an artifact. When you do, it deals 2 damage to each creature. Okay. All Fate Scroll. I played this for mana fixing. Vote out. So here you go, Nade. So this is a nod to Among Us. So it's the Among Us card. Woo! Woo! Weapons manufacturing. Whenever a non-token artifact creature or artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Munitions with. When this token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. Okay. I feel like I've heard some people talking about weapons manufacturing. Thawbringer. Swamp and a lander token. Ooh, a $5 rare. Okay. All right. So we're up to like $50. We're up to about half the box, about halfway through. Okay. We're on pace. We're on pace to not have this box pay for itself. I want to play Leaning Tower of Cheesa. It's coming, man. I'm sure there'll be Goofy movie cards at some point. Exosuit Savior. Ooh, Nutrient Block. This is a good common. It's a 1 mana food that's indestructible. You can sacrifice it for 3 life. When it's put into the graveyard, so when you sacrifice it, draw a card. Or if somebody kills it or destroys it. They can't destroy it. Somebody makes you sacrifice it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Frontline War Rager. Insatiable Skittermaw. Depressurize. Pinnacle Killship. Which I think this spacecraft was specific to the limited format in that like it could go in like any deck so that you could have a spacecraft like in your deck. And I like it when they do these types of things in their sets where it's like, hey, like we really think this is a really cool part of the set. And so we're going to make a colorless version that can go in anything. Elfarial Dreaming Acolyte. I've heard this one too. Enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. I feel like I heard about this one too. Pulsar Squadron Ace, Human Pilot. When this creature enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a spacecraft card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. If you didn't put a card in your hand this way, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay, nice. Good old classic Annul. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. Terrain Generator. So this is like a bonus sheet card, Nade. So like not every set, I would say like every other set pretty much, they do these bonus sheets, right? Where they do a bunch of reprints of cards from Magic's past in like a special frame like this, where it just looks a little different. So 2 tap, you may put a basic land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Hey, baby, let's go. Let's go. All right, we got a Tezzeret. Woo! Not a foil, just a basic Tezzeret. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on him. He's a planeswalker. So this is like a permanent on the battlefield. It almost acts like another player. So they can attack the planeswalker itself instead of attacking you, Nade. So it's like another player on the battlefield kind of thing. And they always have like a bunch of abilities. So this one's really good. Gina summoning the card. Actually. Oh, did Blurps not work? Why is Blurps not working? Why is Blurps not working? No, is Blurps broken? You heard it? Why didn't I hear it? Interesting. I didn't hear it. Good. Well, at least you guys heard it. Nanoform Sentinel. So when we were picking the box that we were going to open for sealed, I was Nade. Thank you. Thank you. But it was funny because like I was joking around with my buddy that I bought the box from, because he's got connections and he buys like a bunch of different boxes. I said to him that I was like sniffing the boxes, playing around. I was like sniffing the boxes, and I'm like, okay, this one's here. I'm like, oh, this one right here. This one right here has the Tezzerets in it. And and that's this box. So I told him, oh, we're going to open up this box. I'm taking this box home. So I called my shot on this one. Heck yeah. Starfighter Pilot. Ice Cave Crasher. Orbital Plunge, Beamsaw Prospector, Volley Galeblade, Radiant Strike, Red Tiger Meccan, Rescue Skiff, Close Encounter, an additional cost to cast this spell. Choose a creature you control, or a warped creature you control in exile. Deals damage equal to the power of the chosen creature or card to target creature. Okay. I think Gina beat me with that. Siege Strip Brood Tender, Insect Citizen. This enters, mills 3 cards, sacrifice this creature. Return target creature or spacecraft from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's not bad. It's not a bad card. Territorial Bruntar. Landfall. Holy shit, Nade. Oh, Nade. Man. Nade with the 10 gifted subs. Trying to see if I can even, because I don't even feel like I can hear this either. I wonder why I can't hear this stuff. And I'm sorry, YouTube, you will not hear this because you will copyright strike me. My goodness. I have $69 in Twitch money. I literally can't cash out on because I'd have to make more to hit a threshold. But they let me spend it here. Aw, Nade. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Got some good names in there. We got some dads in here. Sheriff Spectre, who also streams. Demo Saber. Nice. Super Professor, who is a good follow on Threads. If you're into following streamers. Ty. Gift sub to Ty. That's a full circle. And then, of course, Bub. That's somebody from Zola's community. But Ty's an original Blast Zoner. It's awesome. Well, thank you, Nate. I really appreciate it. And look, I love how the Godzilla is dancing right on top of Tezzeret. Oh shit. Well, thank you, Nate. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. And I mean, it is September. I wish that I gave a little bit more effort to making some goals for you guys for us to hit, but maybe next year. Maybe next year. It's what I really wanted. Godzilla twerking on that thing. Love it. Love it. But yes, thank you, Nate. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Actually 11, 11 gifted subs, including Bubs. Again, guys, it makes it worth going live. Makes it worth it. And if I could ever make this thing work as a part-time gig, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd love to hang out with everybody more often. So, but it also helps pay for cool stuff like this, like opening boxes and playing video games and stuff like that. So really appreciate everybody's support. All right. Territorial Bruntar. Landfall. Whenever land you control enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card this turn. Nice. Servandum Censtar Exemplar. Human Knight. Vigilance Menace. Whenever another creature you control dies or is put into exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Servandum and you gain 1 life. When Servandum dies or is put into exile while its power is 4 or greater, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Interesting. Okay. That is an interesting card right there. Now, if it said destroy, destroy creatures equal to its power, that'd be one thing. Shy Ghost Emo we unlocked. Choo choo. Hype chests are on the way. Thank you, Nate, for the cheers. I'm headed to bed. Thank you for sharing what you love. Hey, brother. My pleasure. It is the least I can do. It is the least I can do to hang out with all you peeps. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got to get through this so I can get to bed. Thank you, Nate. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Honestly, man, just thank you for being my friend. Melted Moxite. Comet Crawler. I thought this card was pretty cool when I saw it. I like that. I like that card as a common. Auxiliary Boosters. Diplomatic Relations. Nice little fight card there. Or fight card, I guess you would call it. Lost in Space. Zookeeper. Mechan. Faller's Faithful. When this creature enters, destroy up to one other target creature. If that creature wasn't dealt damage this turn, its controller draws 2 cards. Interesting. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 colorless drone artifact creature token with flying. And this token can block only creatures with flying. Reroute systems. Moonlit Meditation. Enchant artifact or creature you control. The first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of enchanted permanent. How can I break Moonlit Meditation in Talran before I dismantle it? Drix, Fatemaker, Plains and a Lander. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. If they do, create a lander token. What's Mana Leak? Is Mana Leak 2 counter for pays 3? Is that Mana Leak, or is this a pushed Mana Leak? I can't remember. Banishing Light. I feel like this has been reprinted like every other set now, because it was in, I think this was in, I know it was in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I'm pretty sure it was in Foundations, and now it's in this one. Yeah, loving then some Banishing Light. Sacrifice another artifact or land, draw a card. Eco Transitions, Zookeeper Mechan, Command Bridge, Scour for Scrap, 4 mana for search your library for an artifact card, put into your hand, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Not a bad modular spell. Molecular Modifier. At the beginning of becoming a target creature you control, gains +1/+0. So it gains first strike until end of turn. Nice. Dauntless Scrapbot. When this creature enters, exile each opponent's graveyard. Create a lander token. Interesting. Beyond the Quiet. Exile all creatures and spacecraft for 5. The Dominion Bracelet. Oh, I didn't read any of the spoilers for this, so this is it for me. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has 15. Exile Dominion Bracelet. You control target opponent during their next turn. This ability costs X to activate, where X is this creature's power. Activate only as a sorcery. Interesting. Crasher, Swamp, Lander. Hey, is the Stomping Ground more than $10? The full art Stomping Grounds? Are those more than $10? As long as you control an artifact, this creature gets +1/+0 and has Death Touch. Divert Disaster. Yep. Banishing Light. Oh my gosh, it's like the same one all over again. Psycho Scrapper. Temporal Intervention. Mechanoza. Broodguard Elite. It enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. When this creature leaves the battlefield, put its counters on target creature you control. You can warp it for X. I need to look into if Hamza's ability cheapens this card. I am curious about that. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and draw a card. Nice. Interceptor Mechon. Flying. When this creature enters, return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell is warped, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Not bad. Eldrazi Temple. Is this good? I feel like this is a good hit. I don't know how many times this has been reprinted. I don't know how many times Eldrazi Temple's been printed. Zoo Illfit. Austeral Harmonist. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a skeleton in addition to its other types and has no abilities. Activate only as a sorcery. So you really just want a big fat body to get in there, huh? Evasive maneuvers, land, and a token. Yeah, look up and drop this Eldrazi Temple on this one. I like the Eldrazi Temple because it's got like almost like a Millennium Falcon right there. Isn't that cool? What it looks like, at least. Drix Fate Maker. Rig for War. Virus Beetle. Beckon Shieldmate. Flight Deck Coordinator. Lost in Space. Command Bridge. Hemosymbic Might. Caesarian Dirgecraft. Kevron Harrier. All Fates Stalker. When this creature enters, exile up to one target non-assassin creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. Warp for 2. Kind of cool, like warp it in for 2, get something out of your way. You can attack, it leaves, they get it back. And then 2 turns later, you get, yeah, I like that. It's Not a bad design. Biotech Specialist. When this creature enters, create a lander token. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, this creature deals 2 damage to target opponent. Biotech Specialist. Okay. Graph Pack Monoist. Oh yeah, Full Art Swamp. I'll take it. Mental Modulation. Hey, Lux Knight Breacher. Still no cryogen relics. Not yet. We got that many more to go. But Lux Knight Breacher's a good one. How come I didn't pull a Lux Nut Breacher the other night? I could have used that. Diplomatic Relations. Or play and a Logan. Peregrine Beckoner, which is being now played in a mono blacklist in Pauper. Temporal Intervention. It was in my packs, I think. Ah, there it was. Dockworker Drone. Tapestry Warden. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power stations permanents using its toughness rather than its power. Okay, cool. That's kind of cool. Phenomena. Timeline Color. Haste. You may cast this card from your graveyard using its warp ability. Pay 1. Or, excuse me, 1 black, pay 2 life. Pretty good. Cut Propulsion. The End Stone. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. Beginning of your end step, your life total becomes half your starting life total rounded up. So in Commander, do you just always stay at 20? $9. Nice. Hey, it's a foily Diadrine. See, this is what I always struggle with. Do I want to play the full art one or do I want to play the shiny one? Horse and a robot. I played some Hole Carvers the other night for sure. Mental Modulation. Hey, another Lux Knight Breacher. I'll take that. Diplomatic Relations. Like Logan. Wormwall Sweeper. Command Bridge. Mouth of the Storm. Another Halia. Ball Grab Ship. Mill 3 cards, then return a creature straight from your graveyard to your hand. For 3. It's not bad. Honor. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and draw a card. Arch Enemy's Charm. Choose 1. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Return 1 or 2 target creature or planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Vito would like you. Hymn of the Faller. Surveil. Pay 2. Surveil. Then you draw a card and lose 1 life. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or spell was warped this turn, draw another card. In a foily forest. Okay. No cryogen relics, huh? Interesting. Intrepid Tenderfoot, Plasma Bolt, Hull Carver, Mental Modulation, another Luxnite Breacher, Biosynthetic Burst, or Biosynthetic Burst. I feel like I should play this in Hamza either next to the Snakeskin Veil or in place of. I don't know. Sales Display, Bygone Colossus, Mecha Navigator, Mail Strider's Resolve, enchanted creature you control. When this order enters, enchanted creature fights up to one target creature opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2 and can't be blocked by more than one creature. Endless Sands. Exile target creature you control. Sacrifice this land. Return each creature exiled with this land to the battlefield under its owner's control. Interesting. Hey, it's everybody's favorite lobster chef. Dark Endurance, Plains, and a Lander token. We are almost to the end. The Walvy Operative. Exosuit Savior. Fungal Colossus. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. Interesting. Coming Skywarden. Heavy. Eclectic Wayfarer. Chrome Companion. Good doggo. Seam Rip. Nice. Cerebral Download. I think we read that one before. Elder Blade. Roving Actuator. When this creature enters, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or spell was warped, exile up to one target instant or sorcery card with mana 2 or value and a 2 value or less from your graveyard. Hey! Follower goal met. Say what? What did I just miss? What did I miss? Thank you for the follow. That was interesting. Nothing came through. Huh. Oh boy. My bit rate is falling through the floor. That was weird, right? Hey, this is what it is. Copy it. You may pay the copy without paying its mana costs. Hallelujah, Guided by Light. Whenever Hallelujah or another creature or artifact you control enters, you gain 1 life. Beginning of your end step, draw a card if you've gained 3 or more life this turn. Warp for 1. I like that card. Right Spear Zealot. Mountain, Lander token. Pit rate, please. Yeah. Is it buffering a lot? It's not dropping any frames. But I know I have it so that it's trying to recover, and that may be causing the stream to be delayed. Only when you all tap. Peregrine Beckoner. Ilovi Operative. Exosuit Savior. Fungal Colossus. Sky Warden. Galactic Wayfarer. Good Doggo. Psionicis. The second spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Ooh. Kind of cool. Station with flying and haste. I guess because it only costs 3? Interesting. Dawn Strike Vanguard. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tap creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control other than this creature. For 6? Okay. Secluded Starforge. Oh, this is the... Oh, so that was a land earlier? I thought that was an artifact. Okay. Emergency eject. Even lower cost of inclusion. Even lower cost of inclusion for what? What you speaking to? The land. Yeah. Heavy. Disaster. Vanishing Light. Fungal Colossus. Or wait. Peregrine. Mechanosa. Whenever land you control enters, you gain 1 life. Does that need to go in the arc? Botanist. Susurian Voidborn. Isn't this a part of the... This is a part of the... whatchamacallit? The infinite combo, right? Whenever this creature or another creature or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life, you can gain 1 life. Warp for 1. Luminous Rampage deals 3 damage to each opponent. Exile all artifacts with mana 3 value or less. Ilvoy Infiltrator. This can't be spelled if you've cast 2 or more spells this turn on the screen and draw a card. Okay. Pain for all. Okay. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. Whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. Ooh, baby. Put this on Rada. After I've pumped her up. Interesting. Euro social engineering. Ooh, in a foil island. So no cryogen relic. We got the hit, peeps. We got the hit. Cryogen relic, baby. Put it in the pile. Squire's Lightblade. When this equipment enters, attach it to our creature control. They gain first strike. Gene Pollinator. Tap an untapped permanent you control. Add 1 mana of any color. I like this card. Bombard deals 4 damage to target creature. Dark Endurance. This spell costs 1 less if it targets a blocking creature. Light Jammer. Torpedo. Blade of the Swarm. When this creature enters, choose one. Put 2+1/+1 counters on this creature. Put target exiled card with warp on the bottom of its owner's library. Interesting. Pull through the Weft. Return up to 2 target non-land permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Then return up to 2 target land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. Pull through the Weft for 5? Interesting. Sammy, Ship's Engineer. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, create a tap 2/2. Colorless Robot. Creature token. Scourge for Eternity. Wow, that does a lot. For 3 and sack an artifact or a creature. Return target creature or spacecraft with mana value 5 or less from your graveyard to your battlefield. Then create a lander token. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Stelly Reclaimer. Angel Warrior. When this creature enters, return target non-creature, non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this creature. Warp for 3. Interesting. Mental Modulation. Ooh, and a full art foil forest. Isn't that gorgeous? Did I just like put a bunch of cards just sitting here? I did. We did it! We got the Cryogen Relic! Decode Transmissions. Hey! Here we go, another Cryogen Relic. Okay. Squire's Lightblade. Gene Pollinator. Bombard. Thawbringer. Torpedo. Hymn of the Faller. Tractor Beam. You control enchanted permanent for 5. Enchanted creature or spacecraft. Or for 4. That's not bad. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, draw a card. Survey Mechan. Flying robot for 4. Hexproof, 1/3. It's got 10 sacrifice creatures, does 3 damage to any target. Target player draws 3 cards and gains 3 life. This ability costs X less to activate, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. Interesting. Emissary Escort. This creature gets +X/+O, where X is the greatest mana value among other artifacts you control. Damn. That could get broken quick. Swarm Color. When this creature becomes tapped, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, draw a card. And a mountain and a lander token. And the last pack of the night. Will it be a hit? Will it be a dud? Can we go 2 for 2? Or can we go for 2 Pezzies in one box? We shall see. I got a third Cryogen relic though. Yeah, I only need to buy one. That's too funny. Cryogen relic. I feel like the packs are the same. Like I'm seeing the same order and everything. Yeah. Like I'll have to go back and watch it, but like Cryogen relic, Squire's Blade, Gene Pollinator, I feel like is like the and Bombard. Light Jammer, Color, Thawbringer, Starfield Shepherd. Which that mill guy was talking about this one too. That Starfield Shepherd, I believe, is getting played in Legacy or Vintage. Seed Ship Agarian. When this creature becomes tapped, create a lander token, landfall. Whenever land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Interesting. Okay. During your turn, other creatures you control get +1/+0. Oh, yeah. Is this the one I'm thinking of? No, Terramorphosis, I think was the other one that I was thinking of. But this one is a plant worm. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. $24. So what do we get? 75 bucks? Dual Sun Technique. Got a full art land, I think, in the back. And it's a mountain. Cool. Look at that. Got some shocks, got a Cryogen relic. We got these two puppies. Is Eldrazi Temple worth anything? I don't know. Kind of like these. And I got 5 foil basics. That's pretty nice. I like that. Oh my God, whatever that equation is. $4 for the temple? Okay, that's not bad. Did I miss any cool lands? I don't think I did. I'm almost positive that I saw no other Cryogen relics. Almost positive I didn't see one. Almost positive I didn't see one. That was fun. That was fun to open those. Oh God. Chrome Companion. Yeah. Didn't see any Cryogen relics in there. $4 for Eldrazi Temple, huh? Like, I wouldn't have just, like, breezed over a cryogen relic, right? Right? This looks like breachers I'm going to go take out at some point. Nope. Nothing in there. No, nothing there. Star Breach Whale, Atomic Microsizer. Cryo Shatter. Not Cryogen Relic. Nope. Not in there either. Spellcraft, Mecha, Steel Swarm. Cryo Shatter, Lost in Space, Mouth of Swarm, Star Breach Whale. Uniform Sentinel. Cryo Shatter. Atomic. Edge Rover. Yeah. That's it. That's it for Cryogen Relic. It's those three, which is fine. Okay with that. Yeah, not a bad haul. Not a bad haul at all. Got this Tezzeret. Oh, yeah. Open both chase mythics, so yay, right? So let's see, 38. Let's say that's, what's that? That's 70, that's 70, or that's 80. So I probably broke even on the box, right? Would you say? Right? I'm gonna set this up for a picture later. But yeah, that's not bad. That is not a bad. Well, that's it. It's almost midnight. I'm gonna call it quits. Thank you, Gina, for hanging out the whole night. Nade, thank you for the 11 gifted subs tonight. That was super generous of you. Always appreciate your support. Young Guns, it was great to see you. And Zola, of course, hanging out with us in the chat. YouTube, I hope you had fun stopping by and just like watching some, packs getting cracked open and stuff. We're just trying to, have fun. So, yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Take care of each other. Take care of your fellow human. Take care of yourself. We love you. And good night.